As Secretary Hegseth came here to the Senate for a hearing in the Armed Services Committee, there were a lot of questions, as you can imagine, about Iran. He wasn't able to answer all of them. In many cases, he said that the questions that were being asked he could not address until the senators were in a classified setting, which actually did happen after the hearing. But there was one moment, one question about American deterrence of Iran that he did answer. Take a listen. This is what he said to Republican Senator Dan Sullivan when asked.
We know right now that Tehran understands exactly what the president is saying. He set 60 days. The world can believe it, and the world cannot believe it. He set 60 days. They had an opportunity to make a deal. They should have made a deal. President Trump's word means something. The world understands that. And at the Defense Department, our job is to stand ready and prepared with options. And that's precisely what we're doing.
Obviously, we are all not privy to what happens inside that classified briefing, although one Democratic senator did tell us afterward that it was his view after hearing from Hegseth that it was more likely than not that President Trump might authorize a strike in Iran. Obviously, that is not definitive, and things are changing on the fly here. That's a very dynamic situation, but it was interesting, certainly, to hear that from a U.S. senator. There's another debate that's happening here on Capitol Hill, and that is over whether President Trump actually needs authorization from Congress to launch a strike. Some members say, of course he would, and they're seeking the president actually coming to Congress and getting authorization if ultimately he decides to greenlight a strike in Iran. But others say that, of course, to declare war, Congress needs to approve. But for one strike, President Trump is within his powers, his authority to greenlight that without permission from Congress. Take a listen to Senator John Cornyn as we talk to him about this. But just one strike, theoretically, you would prefer that Congress give the approval first?
Well, I mean, Congress definitely has a role to play. Well, has a role to play, but it depends on the facts and just supporting our ally, Israel, by providing bunker busters and refueling, I don't think it would require an act of Congress.
Of course, that hearing was not just about Iran. In fact, it was actually the purpose of it to talk about the budget request from the Department of Defense and their asks in terms of funding for Congress. So there was a lot there. In addition to that, Secretary Hegseth got a lot of questions about his authorizing a military presence in Los Angeles. Several other topics covered in that hearing as well.